Um, because Ma is here. I didn't do my normal thing where I have music blaring before the whip, and I have this little ritual where I play the Rosanna song and sing the Susanna lyrics. So, what do you think?
We're going to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah, we're fucked.
Well, hello, boys and girls.
Hi.
What a wonderful day it is today in our money-based economy. Well, sit back and relax and get ready for the guy who's about to ruin everything.
I'm puzzled. Are you really seriously suggesting that Jesus Christ was a mushroom?
Yep.
Jesus was a mushroom Roberts.
Yes. You are dealing with a secret cult.
Yep.
A secret society.
Yep.
Welcome to Waning Interest.
Welcome to the Waning Interest Podcast, number 141, May 25th, 2024, the Babbling Dabblers, the smallest click on the internet, the pinball brain in your favorite machine. I'm still with Terminator 2, yeah. Anyway, it's like a diary or a book, but not as stale or coherent. From a more mentally challenged Forrest Gump and my wonderful friend, or if Mikey Mouth from the Goonies played a lot of bareback leapfrog, and then I think it was 3 minutes. You came first, and then it was me. And I sounded a lot lower because I don't know. I think it was because my balls were so big. Oh, hi, Susie.
Hello.
Oh yeah, I got to pimp the Patreon. I got to pimp the Twitter. Oh, we're live on Twitter right now. We're live on Rumble. We're live on Facebook, which I don't usually pimp, right? And and then we'll be on the YouTube later on. I'll load it up there because fuck YouTube. I hate YouTube, even though that's almost all I watch, except for the
And
whip.
pay for.
Yeah, that's all I pay those motherfuckers, and they stick a dildo up my ass that's covered in sand. Oh, sorry, I have to adjust.
Don't fart. Don't fart. Okay.
I can't. It's too much sand.
Okay.
What was it? I'm so thirsty. I could fart dust. Right? Is that what it was? Or I'm so dry I could fart dust. I don't know. I heard that in a movie or a TV show once. Oh, hi, Susie.
Hi, we said hi.
Oh no, that was for me. I'm high as fuck, dude. What was that? See, I'm so high I forgot the name of the weed.
What you need to point out to me is when you're not high. So that way I kind of can know.
Hey, remember what we said in the cold open? We're fucked. That ain't happening. Hi everybody, how are you?
Lord.
It's I'm feeling a little weird because it's been, Jesus, dude, it's been 8 days, right, since 140, because we didn't do Tuesday. It was the last time we did this was last Friday, and this is Saturday, so I'm all fucked up. I already said that, right? Margaret Gray is here.
Oh, I don't have my glasses. Oh, well.
Oh, I have mine. Oh, you know what the cool thing is? I've done this before, I think. Yeah, I did it on the roast, the wet Beckham roast.
One lens off.
Sometimes I like to go around like this and just make people go, "What the fuck is that? What, are there lenses in there or not?" I just to fuck with them, and it's fun because I'm a fuck with her, The first time I ever heard that word, and the only time I've ever heard that word, fuck with her, Doug Stanhope. And that's one thing I might do tonight. I might read a little bit from This Is Not Fame. You know what Doug's doing right now? This is his third book. He did the book of the joke, the pedophile thing, where he had the joke. He put that little book together where he did this thing 20 years ago online with his MySpace, where he was basically like the Catch a Predator before the Catch a Predator.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he fucked with a lot of people. It's great. But then his real first book was Digging Up Mother, the book about, I don't know if you know that he assisted his mom's suicide. Him and Bingo assisted his mom's suicide years ago.
Oh, wow. No.
And he's done a bit about it. He did a bit about it like 10 years ago on, I can't remember which special it was. I think it was the one he did in Seattle or Oregon. Anyway, the next book was This Is Not Fame, and it's a bunch of fucking stories from on the road, and some crazy shit, doing stand up and stuff. And anyway, right now, how crazy he is. This is, you know, he's a legendary comic. I mean, everybody puts him up when good comics talk about, you know, the best out there, the best to do it that are still alive right now. And if they, you know, just give them top 5, you give them 5 names. So you give me 5 names. The good ones, the smart ones, they're going to say Stanhope and Attell. Stanhope and Attell are going to be in those fucking things. Well, you know what Stanhope's doing right now?
What?
He's couch surfing. Him and Bingo are literally couch surfing across the country to doing shows. Go follow him on fucking Instagram, on Twitter. Well, I don't know about the Twitter. I haven't seen anything.
Follow him. Yeah.
Not just you, but just everybody. If you don't follow him on Instagram or whatever, and he puts up. He was in Deadwood yesterday or the day before, and you're like, "Fuck Deadwood!" You know, they're doing the show right now, and he's filming it, and they're about to do the little shootout on the street and bullshit. You know what? This is the great time for me because nobody's over here at that steakhouse. And I'm going over there. Fuck this bullshit. Just watch the fucking show.
Oh, I gotta watch that.
He's so fucking funny. Anyway, and the funny thing is, I have a check. I remember I didn't realize it years ago when I was reading this, and I used as a bookmark a fucking what is this? Here it is. A check that I forgot to put in a residual check for. What was it for? Shit. Yeah, it's a royalty check, but why didn't it say what it is? Anyway, I went and I fucking way back years ago when I first got this book. What is it? What year? 2020. And I used it and I forgot to rip the check off and go and deposit it. So, of course, you know, you got to do it before, 90 days is it normally?
I think it's 180.
Well, either way, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
As, you know, like we said at the front. Day after our birthday, by the way. $13.83. I fucked myself out of $13.83. They fuck you at the drive-thru. Joe Pesci, Lethal Weapon 2. They fuck you at the drive-thru. I'm Leo. Leo gets. Get it? Gets whatever you want. Leo gets. Am I still wearing these? Oh, no wonder. I forgot. So while your feet were up, you know, and Juan was doing all his work, did you watch any movies?
No, I didn't.
Not at all. None at all. What did you watch?
The inside of my eyelids.
That bad, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Susie was sick. That's the point. That's what I'm getting at. And, you know, just going over that, you know, so we can get it out of the way. Because, you know.
It wasn't COVID, and I'm all better now.
Of course it wasn't the C, because there's no real... What? Is there such a thing?
Oh, Lord. Anyway.
Oh, wait, that's right. This is not a political podcast. But there's not. Shh. Oh, I forgot to have this fucking ready. Sorry, folks. I meant to have that, and so I could hit it when I want to hit it. Because, did I ever tell you I need a 360?
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, with your made me think of with your headaches and stuff. With the glasses, that's something where one of the worst times I had was I had gotten this new prescription of glasses, and then I went to a fucking film festival. It was when I think it was when I first moved to LA, or no, it was when I was with Playhouse West. It was at Playhouse West. It was one of the Playhouse West. I think it was the second or third fucking festivals, short film festivals that we had. Anyway, I normally didn't wear the glasses except for driving. But then I'm like, oh man, I'm going to be watching all these films. I'm going to be in a movie theater all day, in and out, a couple out, watched. It was like, they do like, depending on how long the films were, they would do blocks of, 2 hours or so. And then you take a break and you come back in after an hour or so, and, there's another block of movies. Anyway, I wore those glasses which I usually only wore to drive. And I wore them just because, oh wow, I just brought them in and went, oh, hey, the screen is even nice and clear. Dude, those things were so bad on my eyes. When I went home, on the drive home, I had to pull over. This was the worst headaches I ever had. I had to pull over and fucking hurl. And I hadn't even drank anything. I went on an after party. I went and I had a beer to see if maybe that would help it go away. I took some Advil and a beer. I'm like, yeah, I'll be all right. And then a little bit for a minute. But then I'm like, yeah, I got to go home. And it was quite a drive because I lived in Santa Clarita at the time. And dude, yeah, on the 5, I had to pull over, fucking open that door, and my head, and I still was like, trying to drive home with like one eye, with my good eye closed. Little Soundgarden. I think I fucked up the lyric though. I think it's with my good eye closed. Yeah, that's just the worst for me, headache-wise.
Yeah. When you mentioned the highway you were driving on in California, did you ever watch SNL when they did that California? It was like a soap opera set in California, and they all talk like California. And then there was one character. Everything he said was like he was referring to the roads he would have to take to get to whatever.
The 101, the 405,
yeah.
5. Yeah.
Did you ever? It was with
the 10.
Oh my God!
I don't. What years? What years of SNL was that?
Let me find it.
It depends on. Oh wow! I just noticed the Facebook thing where it's got a big red circle saying I'm live. Hi, folks. Wow.
And it was, oh my gosh, what is The Californians was the name of the
bit,
of
sketch.
The sketch. And it was Fred Armisen, Bill Hader, and Kristen Wiig.
Yeah, that's when I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I was pretty much out like halfway through the Will Ferrell years. All I ever wanted to see was Will and fucking Sherry O'Terry. I love that woman.
If you ever just look up the the bits or whatever on YouTube, yeah. It's pretty funny.
Send me the link. And
okay.
then hey, let's watch it and where nobody else is watching it and we can just laugh. No. I wish we could play that shit back. It's so stupid.
I know.
Can't. They've already got it online. You're promoting the shit and they gotta fucking give you and you got to be assholes about it. You're helping to promote. Even though I do like Bill Hader. Did you watch
Barry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that not one of the most fantastic shows ever?
He was so good in that.
Everybody was fucking great.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
The way it ended, you're like, whoa. Wow, that's probably the best part of it because you're always going like this. What the fuck's going to happen? I can't see it. I can't see nothing coming. Kind of like Breaking Bad. I don't see it all. I don't see anything coming. And oh shit, did you just see that? And then you run to Twitter and just to see everybody's reaction for funny.
The thing is, it's funny. It has funny lines, the Californians. But the thing with Fred Armisen and Kristen Wiig is that they're always breaking. they're always just like they start laughing, like in the middle of their
No, they start
of
doing the
their
Jimmy
lines.
Kimmel,
Yeah.
what's his name thing?
Jimmy, no,
Horatio
Fallon.
Sands.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Fallon and Sands used to do that all the time.
Laughing. Yeah, yeah.
It got really old. It got really old. It was funny the first couple times, and they did it every goddamn time. Like, because that was one of the fun things about Phil. When Phil would start, Phil Hendry, that was one of the funny things with him when he's doing character shit, and especially it was just radio, and then you'd hear him laughing at himself, whatever. Because it was rare. It wasn't all the time. That's why it was funny. But those fuckers started doing it every sketch, and like, okay, it's not funny anymore. You murdered the funny. But that's what Jimmy Fallon does. He murders funny. Fuck that fucking corporate whore. Hey, how about those Red Sox? I have no idea what's going on with the baseball.
Me neither.
No clue anymore. I used to know everybody's fucking batting average. I used to know all the leaders in every fucking stat. I used to know all that shit just because I was a dork. And now I don't even know I fucking hate them. Did I already do this? I already do this little rant.
Mm-hmm.
So basically like the two-handed bowling thing. What these showboating douchebags. Have your own league. Call it the douche ball instead of baseball. And let's go back to what it looked like in the fucking 90s and the 80s, man, and the 70s. Fuck this. Fuck these assholes. Ugh. Last night I was at a place and I told a couple people about John Boy Media. But no, we don't do commercials here. By the way, there is a Patreon page. All the whips and clips are right there on the Patreon page. You don't have to go anywhere else. After this, you can just go to Patreon. Patreon is basically just like the Rumble, just like the YouTube, just like... No, it ain't like the Twitter and the Facebook because that's all fucked up, messy and shit. Way different. Right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Were you about to do a commercial?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
But no, actually, no. I just wanted to come back from a commercial.
610 WIOD, the other electrically powered toy for adults.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. Oh shit! I meant to get rid of Neil's face. Sorry. I just had to hear Greg Fadick's voice. And I had to hear Pete. Sorry, it's been a while. I'm still. Not only am I adjusting from not doing a whip for a week, I'm adjusting from not. My TV stuff is different too. Like I said, I didn't like tonight. I didn't usually, I didn't have what I usually do with the TV and the music blaring. Beforehand. So yeah, I should have worn a diaper. Fuck.
Do you have to share the TV with your ma?
Note to self. No, because
Okay.
she doesn't care for it because luckily that she might be watching in the other room. But hey, Ma, I'm glad you don't like that the TV is like half black now because she's a racist.
Oh, that's
No,
right. You
shit,
had a
I'm
problem
joking.
with your TV.
It's still When I was watching The Godfather a few weeks ago, it just went like somebody was fucking with me behind me with the remote turning the settings down, kind of like how the engineers squirted David in the crotch with water while he was on the air. My crotch is all wet. What the hell? Anyway, yeah, and it wasn't. It's come back a little bit and gone back, but it's fine for me as long as the shades are closed during the day. I'm fine with it. And plus, I normally I'm listening. I don't need to, it's usually podcasts or whatever. I don't really actually need to see anything. But yeah, it's working out pretty good. But I can't, I haven't sung. Son. I haven't really sung since fucking rehearsal on Tuesday. Normally, it's usually right around noon. I go, oh, it's noon. All right, I can sing. And I try to not do anything. I try not to talk at all until noon, just to, I don't know. And it seems to work.
Verbal
and then
fasting. Verbal intermittent fasting.
Yes, and then I fuck it all up when I go and hit live on a whip.
Oh man.
Oh, what are you drinking, by the way?
Can we do the verbal fasting? This is a Riesling.
A what?
Riesling? It's white wine.
I'm ignorant on prune juice. It's a white wine, of course. Yeah, it's obviously not red.
It's lightly sweet.
Riesling?
Not too dry. I can tell you're not a wine drinker.
No, not at all.
Mm-mm.
No, I'm just not a connoisseur. I'm not one of those that needs to. I don't even like wine glasses. I can't stand the thinness because I just feel like it feels like I'm holding a baby and I'm gonna break the shit. And I'm like, wait, I can't get drunk because I'm holding a baby. But oh shit, what was I gonna say? Oh, I watched it's I don't know how old it is. It's gotta be a bunch of years old now, but it popped up on my YouTube because I watched some Drew Bledsoe stuff, some old thing. But this interview he did with Jeremy Schaap, it's gotta be a decade old or somewhere around there. And they're at his winery and he's talking about wine and stuff, and it's just and like the way there's at one point he does the whole thing where he shows him how to, you have the way you pour it in, you get the right glass, and the way you got to spin it a little bit, and then do the little, and then he starts going off on this fucking shit that Robin Williams made the joke of, absurd yet flaccid. Like this whole thing when you start doing that, I'm out. I'm fucking out. I don't want to hear that shit.
Well, I don't know any of that.
I can't go.
I just like how it tastes.
Yeah, just fucking pour it in a glass and let me take a sip, and then a few more later on. I do have color, don't I? I've got some under my neck.
Was that a farmer's tan there that I saw?
No, it shouldn't be. I didn't have my shirt on all day. Oh,
okay.
Yeah, and I have a bit of a burn on my back, which I jokingly said to Ma when I came in. I went, "Am I burned? I've been out there." I singed my fucking hair again, which is nice. Keeps it nice and smooth. Yeah. Anyway, and she goes, "I can't really tell because the way that because of the light in the kitchen or whatever." And I was joking anyway because I was running through the kitchen, just to be a douchebag and make her laugh, and she didn't get it, as usual. Shit. Oh, I don't have that right anyway. Anyway, when I got out of the shower, and I just did the whole thing, and then I did this thing on my back, and I went ding ding, and I went, oh shit, yeah, it's red.
Sunburn.
Yeah, because that normally doesn't hurt at all. So yeah, I did get a sunburn, and I didn't get no warning from Ma. Fucking no loyalty.
Or you may have been showering with holy water, and that's why you were burning. Your evil self.
It came out from the fire. Did I talk about that yet? Or all the wood? Or was that before?
That was before
we hit record. Yeah, today I spent the day fucking gathering all that more, just cleaning up around my property and just burning fucking all kinds of shit wood laying around it. A lot that we got a lot of because of that storm, that last storm that we got that fucking busted all kinds of shit up. Oh, do you have the picture of that tree?
Yeah, I'll get it now.
I didn't get a pic. I don't think I took a picture of it with with that branch busted. But this big old tree that I look at every fucking day out my back window. It's when Susie gets it up. I couldn't believe it when I first noticed it. When I first moved back in the house, I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden, that fucking tree is looking at me, and it was kind of dark. And I'm like, wait. And then the next day, I went, holy shit, that really was an eye looking at me. Oh, yeah. Just had to play that anyway. And get it ready. It's going to come up in another window?
Yeah, just hold on.
Okay. I've been stretching for a while, and I didn't know how long I was going to have to stretch, but I can do some stretching. It's a good thing my fly's open. No, that's disgusting. Disgusting. But yeah, I was out. I was burning all that fucking wood, and I only meant to do just a little bit, and I just to be standing there at the fire. And I don't even remember what the fuck were we going to talk about. Oh, that's it. Oh, part of it was yeah, but was this? Look at that. That fucking tree that's facing my kitchen sliding glass window where I sit at the table. I'm like, what? Is that fucking? Somebody's looking at me, man. That picture is a few years old. Anyway, right above that is a few big branches, and they were just fine. It was a nice tree, but because of that storm, one of them. I mean, it was one of those snaps where it didn't just snap like this; it went snap this way. So it was a big fucking open, and it was weird because it just kept. It was like it. As the spring has come along, it's still the branches. You could tell it's fucking dead. Somehow it's still getting nutrients, and those branches were still green. The leaves were still green and everything. It was weird. I was like, what? This fucking thing should be. Anyway, finally ripped it down today and, trimmed it and stuck it in the fire and said goodbye. And now that spot is even cleaner. I can see that eye even better. Because that's what was bothering me, because that branch was just hanging there because it was split. And I'm like, I can't see my third eye, man.
Can't see your eye. Maybe something's living in there.
But it's nice and clear now. But that's something to sit. That's something to look at when you're tripping, right? Tripping balls, and go, hey, let's go look out. Let's go take a step out the back window and back door. Let's go. Then you go out and wait a minute. Nah, I don't want to go nowhere, man. I mean, what does that look like? It looks like, you know what it looks like? SpongeBob. The funniest fucking character on SpongeBob. The hell was his name?
Plankton.
Plankton, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
God damn, that fucking character. Every fucking line. It
Man.
murdered. That was why I watched the show as Plankton.
Does it ever blink at you?
Are you ready to rock? Oh, no, not like my asshole does.
Wink. Wink. Blink.
But yeah, imagine that. Hey, come to my house to trip, and we'll just sit outside. We'll just sit in my kitchen and look out the back window. Whoa. But with the tripping thing, somehow I didn't mean to. Man, not bad. I didn't even mean to segue into that the way we did. Anyway, I follow psychedelic. Ooh, the boggle is hitting good. Psychedelic synchronicity on synchronicities, I think it might be, on Facebook, which I'm hardly ever on, but it's one of the things that does pop in, and it's a few things. That's where I first saw the which one is it? Not the Wayne visuals, but the DMT portal is where I think I saw it on Facebook first. Anyway, because of that, somebody shared it or something. Psychedelic synchronicity. I saw as I was doing my quick scroll and going, oh, I can't stand these fucking ads, and just left and went right back to Twitter, like I normally do. But they had a thing on there where somebody had posted something about Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and I don't remember exactly what the post was, and I normally don't say anything to that shit. I just normally look at that, laugh, and move on. But I had to, for some reason, I don't remember why, but I had to tell him that shit was playing my first heroic dose of mushrooms. Tim put it on, my buddy Tim, my old tripping buddy Tim, who's no longer with us. He had it, and he put it on right after I think it was right at he hit play right after we did our little plate. We used to do this thing where we put them in a pile on one plate, just dumped out the bag all on plate, and we went, and then we had a plate of our own. So there's 3 plates, one in the middle, his plate, your plate, and just pick one at a time. All right, I'll pick this one, kind of like the little, like you're a kid, All right, I want that one. Always go with the ones that have a lot of blue on them, like they're moldy. Those are the ones that give you the best visuals, is what I hear. What happened? Sorry, my window's open, so I heard something. Anyway, paranoia. Shh. What? When? Why? Because I said so. Then, after we chewed them up, and then that was where I learned that, one of the things that takes the time away for the come up while you're waiting for it to actually hit, these fucking things get so stuck in your teeth. Oh, just do a little floss. Just think about nice things while you're fucking floss, getting that shit out of your teeth. Well, anyway, and we had a bottle of wine, and we would wash it down with a glass of wine. And anyway, he hit play, I think, right after we finished our plates, and so, and it's like, I think it's like 35 minutes in or so when they finally get to Vegas and they get to the bar, and everything gets all lizardy and the floor gets all funky. That was when it was starting, like, whoa, dude, and he, the big TV, like, oh man, oh my god, no, oh my, what? I think you might have to turn that off. He's like, yeah, I got it. I totally have to turn it off, or I'm going in the other room. It was getting a little too hairy because we were right in the come up. So basically, like in the Wizard of Oz, the fucking tornado, or in Willy Wonka when they first go in the building with Willy and everything gets all squirrely and weird. Or in Alice in Wonderland, the whole thing where it's, mushrooms, bigger, smaller, and everything, woo, it's all weird. All these different stories. Anyway, finally shut it off. But we turned it back on once, I don't know, about an hour later when we were in our peak. But I was like, whoa. and I one of the reasons I wanted him to shut it off was I was like, oh, it's scaring me, but no, it's so cool. And I was back and forth, but it was because when I get into the come up, that come up, I start to yawn. Just over the come up, I start yawning like a bitch. I'm because of experience, I prepare myself with a roll of I was going to say toilet paper. I meant paper towels, because fucking tissues, they're too thin. Fuck that shit. I have this 5-minute period where you get to go a week. I do 5 minutes. Anyway, sorry. Oh, no, you're older than me. No, you're done with that shit, right?
Yeah, thank God.
You go, girl. You go, girl. You go, girl. Oh, I didn't have it ready. Did I have it ready? Damn it. Anyway, there's a 5-minute period in that come up where I just yawn like a motherfucker, where I start to actually, at a certain point, at 2 minutes in, around there, I start getting scared that I'm going to get lockjaw. I just yawn, and that's just part of it. So, like I said, I prepare myself. I got a whole roll of paper towel. I almost said it again. Jesus, douchebag. Anyway, and so that was the other reason, because I was like, turn it off, because I'm actually missing a lot of it. I can't see it because I'm yawning like a motherfucker. Oh yeah, what was the other? Yeah, so. But we turned it back on but we turned it back on actually when we were coming down. It wasn't an hour, it was more like an hour and a half later, because what we did once we hit our peak, that's where it really turned into like Willy Wonka. And the other cool part was Tim, even didn't mean to, but he had a couple of posters framed posters of Alex Gray artwork, which is very trippy, always got many eyes and stuff. I follow Alex Gray on Facebook. So that helped a lot. That made it even cooler. But anyway, and we had the lights dimmer, so everything, when we were finally, in our peak, we were like, whoa, dude. and the music was just right because he had set the in his room, he had set YouTube to one of those. You just go to YouTube and type in fucking tripping music, and there's things where people have put up like 4, 5, 6 hours of just music, the right music, just to have in the background to make it smooth. And so that was rolling, and then we're like, whoa, all right, yeah, we don't smoke. You don't smoke in here, so yeah, I need a cigarette. I want to go outside. And because it was nice and dim, it was very dark. Not very dark, but it was, lights were dim just right in his apartment. Went to the fucking front door, opened that door, and it was just like Willy Wonka when he opens the door and then sings the imagination song. I'm not shitting you, because we were on, my apartment was just a bunch of doors down to the left of Tim's place, and we were both on the second floor. And at Tim's place, right outside his door, was a huge fucking palm tree that came up from downstairs from the pool. The pool was all lit up, and at this point, let's see, we started chewing them at like 7:30, somewhere around there. So, just right, dark. The fucking pool is lit up with the lights inside it, and the lights around the courtyard, because we had a square building. The courtyard was open. And there was a tree that came right. So as soon as I opened that fucking door, that tree was so green and was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" It was so. I'm like, "Wow, you saw that shit too, right? Wow, whoa!" Like, this is gonna be a slow walk to those stairs and downstairs. And dude, where we lived in Studio City, we lived by right across the street from CBS Radford. So if anybody goes to Los Angeles, or they're there or whatever, you got to go do this. Go to CBS Radford, go down Radford off of Ventura, and go all the way down to the Wash, where there's that, like in Terminator 2, Judgment Day, that we're riding the motorcycle and the truck, that water thing, the cement thing, under the roads. You know what I'm talking about? Where that fucking smash and it comes off. Just like that, there was one down a few streets from my street, which was just off of Radford. On that thing, that Wash, you can walk right along, and there's a fence so you can't fall into that thing. But you look at that shit, and all you can think about is Terminator 2. Anyway, as you walk along, there's a part where there's kind of like a nice little park, a little thing where there's benches and all this really cool shit. And right across the street, you can see all these people lining up to be fucking extras on shows and or going for audience shit. It's kind of a trip. But at night, it's even cooler, because there's this cement snake that they did right along that whole Wash from Laurel Canyon all the way to Radford through that thing. If you look at the map, you can understand what I'm saying. If you look at a map, they had this at this one point. This part that it would go in and out as you're walking along, and the Wash is over here. There's this thing where like, what is this? All these fucking square little thing. What is that? It looks like a big snake tail. I mean, it's huge shit. And it's a cement thing, but it goes into the ground as you're walking along under this little half cement wall. And then a little while later, it pops back out and then goes back in. It's just like almost like a cement tube. And then when you get to the end, and there's this fucking snake head. It's a trip. When I first took Riley down there walking along just to see the shit when I first moved there. Like, oh, right, look at that. Oh, that's so cool. And oh, wow. Tim had never fucking seen that. So now we're tripping balls. And instead of walking down the street, Radford, we went down the alleys just to smell for the different sounds and for all the apartments on both sides, man. It was so wild. It was almost like going through doors. Like we go off of our road, and there's differences. Smell from the sushi place that was right there, from my neighbor's place. And you had that smell, you go through, and then it's all dark, and then you hear all the sounds and different music from all these apartments as you're walking through, like bam, and all this bouncing. It sounded so much different when you're tripping. And then the smells from all the food, different food that people are eating. Like, whoa, whoa. And just 2 steps, and all of a sudden it was like you walked through a door, like the sounds changed, the smell changed, the light, and like, whoa. And Tim's going, whoa, I told you. Don't walk down the regular street. Always go down the alley. There's more interesting shit. It's like Jim Morrison would do, right? Oh, that's right. Whoops. Anyway, that's where I learned it. So I take him down to the Wash, And we walk along like, dude, now, you know, but it's dark, so it's not like in the day where you can really see that shit. But one of us had our cell phones with like a flashlight, you know, kind of like, but don't point it up too much anyway, because we don't want too much light. But we're walking along here, and I pointed out to him, well, now watch this, watch how this changes. And he was walking along. The look on his fucking face when we got to the head of the snake, when he saw him, he go, get the fuck out of here, dude. This is I've lived here for a year and I've never seen it. Yeah, you got to get out of the apartment. And it was awesome to it was kind of like this juxtaposition of, you know, going through, you know, during the day with my kid. Oh wow, that was neat. And then going through with a dude who's, you know, he was a few years younger than me, but kind of like a kid, kind of like a younger brother. And you'd walk around and to see it was almost the same fucking thing. What the fuck? But a little enhanced, of course, because he was tripping balls. We split a half ounce. We were both on 7 grams.
And that's a heroic dose.
A heroic dose is 5 or more. And we were on 7. So that was my first, before that, I had never done more. I don't even think I'd ever done a whole full eighth before. A whole full douchebag, a whole eighth. And that was why I was always like, it was always annoying to me. And to this day, I can't do a lot of people do microdosing. I can't do it. It irritates me. It fucking irritates me to not do if I do anything less, then, you know, if it's penis envy, which are a little stronger, you know, you might not have to do a full 5 to get that same thing that I did with that 7 with that cubensis that we had, which was great cubensis. Oh, a little shout out to, I'm not saying his name, but, he follows the whip. Well, I used to work with him way back in the day and doing a lighting company in California. I didn't say his name, right? Good. We used to set up the red carpet shit. We worked together doing not only have I walked the red carpet as an actor, I've also laid that shit and vacuumed it before all these other fucking actors walked the shit. But yeah, we would set up the railings and all that stuff, and the little parts where for the area with the lights where all the reporters would be there on the line while they walked the red carpet and stop and ask their question. We set all that shit up, all the artwork behind and all that stuff. That was a ball-busting fucking gig, dude. We worked hard. I think, did I tell you the one where we did didn't I tell you the one where we did, what was it, the Dallas Buyers Club? The Matthew McConaughey movie? You know,
I don't remember.
AIDS, right? The Dallas Buyers Club, right? When he had the character, the guy that had AIDS, a true story about the guy. There's a guy named Fauci that's the bad guy in the movie, you know, because, you know, denying the real drugs, because everybody was being killed by the treatments, like other things. C and V, what? When? Why? Because I said so. Because they're facts. Rory Cochrane, who played Slater in Dazed and Confused. Check you later, man. You know, the one, he was in that movie. He's buddies with them. He's been in, you know, the guy's fucking got nothing but respect. But he doesn't like that bullshit. And one reason why he left CSI Miami, he was on the first few seasons of CSI Miami, and he was like, oh, fuck this bullshit. Because it's so gross. It's so stupid. It's such cheese dick bullshit. He fucking left that show, you know, within the first 3 years. And did it go on for 8, 9 seasons? Oh, wait. Oh, let me do the David Caruso. Doing his best Jack Lord from Hawaii Five-0. I'm going to deliver a cheese dick line right now. It was so fucking bad. That's the only reason to watch it, because it was so retarded. Rory left that show, and that's one of the reasons that, you know, but the point being his attitude and all that stuff. He didn't care about that red carpet thing. He got out of the shit and came around the side. We went quickly up the red carpet and then came out around the corner and hung out with us and smoked cigarettes. because we have to sit back and wait because it was out this thing on Wilshire, this place on Wilshire, to where we set it all up on the outside. They all arrived, and when they went in to go see the movie and go sit in for the movie, we had to turn that whole thing into a bar. The inside and the outside, this whole thing, we had to flip the whole fucking thing. So we're sitting around the corner waiting for the whole red carpet shit to finish, of them all to get in so we can go and flip everything, which we've already spent 8 hours doing what we did. Now we got to go flip it. Fucking Rory Cochrane comes over and hangs out with us. Hey, you guys, fuck that bullshit. And I really like this guy. Because that is bullshit. It is so stupid. And there was some days I'm like, I like to work because I'm, you're outside normally and you're, it's physical. So, getting exercise, whatever. It's fun. Most of the dudes that I worked with were super cool. Some of them were were former gang members. And they liked it when I used the N-word, dude. They loved it when I did no, do it. Wayne, well, I want to hear you do the Sam Jackson, one of the quotes from Pulp Fiction or whatever. I fucking do it. They'd howl. They'd fucking howl. I'm like, are you setting me up to fucking kick the shit out of me? No, man, we know you're cool. It was like
there's a video of you out there somewhere.
No, we were two of these guys, me and another dude who also shares our birthday, by the way, Brandon. His name is Brandon. He and I started shooting them with his phone. I was like, dude, I went to lunch with them. We would go to this one place when we had to work at the shop, when a show wasn't going on, we'd be at the shop and doing shit, cleaning stuff and getting stuff ready for other things. And I would go with those guys to this place down the road that had this awesome fried chicken, but it wasn't a black place. It wasn't that. They were just Hispanic. I just fucking loved their chicken. And they didn't even get that shit, but I went with them and they'd fucking roll fatty. We'd get fucking high as fuck. I just listened to them sit there and better, and just going, it was like a TV show. And I'm just sitting there eating chicken, going watch it on the fucking picnic table at this park. And they're just popping off, bam, and it was like I would be howling. So I go back to Brandon. I go, dude, you got to come to lunch with us, man. You got to come to lunch. I know you don't smoke weed, but whatever, you don't have to. Just you got to come. You got to watch this shit and have your phone. As soon as they knew, though, that we were recording, because I kept saying to them, this is a fucking show. This should be on the internet. You guys are hilarious. This is the funnest fucking 20 minutes that I have in a day. As soon as though they knew that they were being filmed, it fell apart. So it didn't go anywhere. But either way, they'd still be like, wait, do Sam Jackson Pulp Fiction. Oh, man. Because a bunch of people that didn't understand, they'd be around going, what's about to happen here? Is he really going to say the N-word? And I'd fucking do it. And they'd be the ones. Because I wasn't doing it in the wrong way. It's a fucking quote from a movie, dude. Who cares who said it? Who cares? It's a fucking hilarious movie. It's classic shit. Ah, damn. What's up with them clothes? Hey, my name's Paul. This shit's between y'all. And what the fuck did you ask me for, asshole? Vincent Vega's in the house. Oh, and that was the other thing. That was one of the things that I sold them on. It all started with, in the shop, those two talking about Pulp Fiction. And I went, dudes, I got to say it as a cracker. And I think that's exactly what I said. As a cracker, I got to point this out to you because I have to point this out to a lot of people that miss it. I've seen that movie over 50 times. Do you understand what happened in the part in the bar where Jules and Vincent show up in the shorts and the t-shirts, and the whole thing with Ving Rhames when you first see Ving Rhames and you first see Bruce Willis? Do you understand what happened in that scene? What do you mean? Because it kind of flies over, and it did for me many times. In that scene, an unknown black actor calls Travolta, Vincent Vega, and Bruce Willis. What the fuck was his name? But it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't say it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. In 1994, Bruce Willis and John Travolta were two of the biggest fucking movie stars on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got this unknown black actor, and you don't even see his fucking face. And he calls both of those men his N-word in the span of 2 fucking minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody just went, oh, Quentin, not that I'm a Quentin fan anymore, but Quentin. But back in the day, I defended it because Quentin just uses the word blah blah blah. He just likes to. Well, that's where he came from. He grew up with those people. That's the language, whatever. But at the same time, did you miss what happened? Especially when Spike Lee would bitch about it. Like, did you miss this scene? Nobody, an unknown black actor, Ving Rhames, who you don't even see his face. Don't even see his face in the scene. Calls Travolta and Willis, two of the biggest white movie stars ever on the planet, his N-word within the span of 2 fucking minutes.
I don't remember. I gotta watch it again.
And I go, it's fucking classic. It's Butch. Butch, Bruce Willis's character's name is Butch.
Character.
Yeah. And everybody misses that fucking part. Like, wait, go back. I mean, remember where the hell Travolta was? They both were in the stratosphere. Well, I guess that was the beginning of Travolta's back into the stratosphere with Tarantino putting him in that movie. But Bruce Willis was already, and he took scale. He got paid scale for that fucking movie. Wow. He probably got points too, but anyway, I pointed that out to these guys who are, hood and some gangs. I went and I got my blood tested. Turns out I'm a Crip. Anyway, blood tested, Crip. That's an old joke from my buddy Mike Chupa, who would do that in front of black crowds, and they would lose their shit because he looks like a librarian. He used to call himself the librarian of comedy. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's got a fucking spare tire around his belly and glasses. He just he looks like he works in a fucking library, and he just comes out. I just came back from getting a blood test. Turns out I'm a Crip, and I was there at a show that he was on. And the crowd was 80% black. They lost their shit. It was the best fucking set I ever saw Mike do. And all those other jokes were, they weren't racial or anything. They were just, goofy little shit. They fucking loved him. Anyway, mostly because he started out with that fucking, and it's not an original, I don't think, but whatever. Watching somebody like him deliver it, it's fucking perfect. Anyway, point is, I pointed that out to those guys, and they basically told me I had an N-word pass. And I went, I ain't using it. I'm not using it. I'm only going to use it if I'm doing fucking, doing a movie line, a line from a movie or whatever, if it fits. But I ain't doing that shit. Fuck Wayne, that's fine. Because they knew I didn't give a shit. The word is just a word, and they agreed with me that saying N-word is like being a child if you can't use the fucking word. You're talking about the word. It's all about intent. Mm-hmm. If you're going, you fucking, yeah, that's a totally different thing. But that's not what we're doing there. That's not what we're doing. If you and I, right now, we're talking about the word. We're talking about word. If we were talking about the word cone, we're back to racial shit. I don't know what that means. Anyway, but we're gonna call it the C word, because it offends certain people. No, it's a word.
Yeah.
History. Oh, well, we can't say history because history's got a lot of bad shit in it. So don't say the word history. Say the H word. You know what I mean? It's fucking ridiculous and it's childish. Those guys agreed. But it still didn't mean that I just went ahead and said, and just popped off. I still just only did it with movie lines or whatever. It wasn't like I walked around being a douchebag thinking I was Eminem.
Going back to Pulp Fiction, the part where they open the suitcase, whenever they open the suitcase, that it's, the shiny gold light. So is that supposed to be left up to your interpretation?
Yeah.
It is, right? There's not something
for the most
that
part,
everybody agrees on.
There's a thing where a lot of people say that, because when you first see Ving Rhames, you just see the back of his head when he says the N-word thing to, Vincent Vega's in the house, my N-word. And then later on, 2 minutes later, he says to Bruce Willis, you my N-word? And what does Bruce say? It certainly appears so. It certainly appears that way, or whatever. You taking a dive. Anyway, but from that shot, you don't see his face. You only see Ving Rhames' back of his head, and he's got a Band-Aid across the back of his neck. A lot of people say that it's covering up 666. Well, I don't know. I don't. I think he just did that shaving his fucking head. That's the point. It's really nothing. But yeah, the gold thing. I don't know. I think that was a little nod to Raiders of the Lost Ark. When they open the Ark, you don't really see, it's just ghosts or whatever.
Right, you don't see what's in there.
Light, everybody's face melts. I don't know. It's been a long time, so I can't remember what my man. Those are back in the days when I used to go to that video store that in the mid '90s and the late '90s that was around my dad's place. They had this deal where if it wasn't a new release, you could get 5 movies. 5 days for $5. And there was one day I went in there and I basically needed a fucking suitcase like in Pulp Fiction, because I went in and I got the Godfather 1 and 2 and the Deer Hunter and 2 other movies. Well, those 3 movies were 6 fucking video cassettes in themselves because they were long movies, so they were 2 cassettes. And then there was the other 2 movies, so I walked out of there and I literally needed a fucking suitcase. Oh, I love that place. Those were the days, man. It was see. It's very similar to the weed thing, to where weed has lost a little bit of luster because it's not, fucking light up right now on the internet. Never everybody see me fucking light up. Where is it, by the way? Oh, over there. Back in the day, though, you had to, and because of the smell, you have even more paranoia. So what would I do? I'd take a couple of puffs and then smoke 6 fucking cigarettes to cover it up with cigarette stink. Anyway, what else you got?
Nowadays almost everybody smokes.
Yeah, everybody but the lady, down the hall.
Me.
And you. Dude, you said you've never even you said the only time you smoked weed was in Jamaica?
Who?
Huh?
Who said that?
When? Why? Because
I've never been to Jamaica. What are you talking about?
No, I was talking about another Susie. I didn't realize. Am I going to have to make an edit now? That sucks.
No.
Huh? Okay. No. Oh, right. What else about that first heroic dose? Oh, I said, oh, yeah, I want to do this again soon.
How long did that last?
About 2.5 hours or so.
Whoa.
Scusi, sorry. Yeah, that's some people say that it depends on it depends, there's certain people that say things that I don't know. Sometimes it don't make sense. Some people say, oh, I was tripping for 6 hours. I did 7 fucking grams of some fat, lovely cubensis, and I wasn't going for 7 hours. So I don't believe a lot of when people talk about mushrooms. I've learned to I don't want to say that I can't stand that cheesy fucking thing, but take it with a grain of salt what people say, because most of them are full of shit. So many people are full of shit. I once listened to this dude who said he ate an ounce every day for blah blah blah. Shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up. You are so full of shit. Your school was really fucked up with their math and what they taught you, because you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that. See, because he didn't even understand. You have to understand the fact that like right now, if I go do 6 grams tonight, tomorrow, 6 grams won't work. I'll basically almost have to double it. Wow. I'll almost have to eat a whole half ounce by myself. And you don't want to do that because those things are so chewy. It takes forever, and it gets really annoying after 2 minutes of chewing those fucking things. That's why I do tea now. I used to do the thing where it was nice because you chew them and then you get that time to fucking kill and floss. Because you have to floss, man. It's like fucking, it's so gross. It's fine, but it takes a while. But after a while, just 7 grams, you're like, I don't want to fucking eat anymore. It's like you don't, you know what I'm saying? So, so you said you ate an ounce a day for a week. No, you didn't. You're full of shit. No, you didn't. I know the experience, and no, you didn't. Stop saying things. So, point being that there's a lot of people that I've listened to since I became I'm not definitely more of a mushroom connoisseur than I am a fucking wine connoisseur. But, oh my God, some of the bullshit I've heard. But then but then, obviously, I, remember, hey, because I'm a tripper, and go, wait, there's, at least it was a long time ago, but when you were in your 20s, you said some stupid shit like that too. But I'm like, man, I'm fucking 40, and I'm listening to a 44-year-old bullshit me. This is wrong. I'll admit I stopped doing that a long time ago. Man, stop saying this? Because that's the thing with psychedelics, you have to double it. Well, with mushrooms anyway. You do, like I said, you do 5 grams tonight to get the same effect tomorrow. If you're going to redo it, you got to do 10, basically. And if you're going to do this, you're going to try to do the same thing the next day, you got to eat. You just you have to double your dose almost every day. That's one of the beauties, and that's why it's non-addictive, because you're like, oh, I'm good for a while. But but yes, when I came down and, that was the other thing about that first heroic dose, and the most important part of that, I had been doing all this research, talking about MAPS for years because of Claire, and all this other stuff about depression, and talking about for PTSD for vets and stuff, because my dad's a vet, so I'm into that. Even though a lot of people think I don't support the soldiers. No, I don't support dickheads. No, I don't. There's dickheads in every group. Anyway, I noticed in that time, one of the reasons that I did 7 grams, and I had never done that before, it was a fuck it moment, because I was in a dark place for a long time, and it was like, fuck it, yeah. And I wasn't even thinking about, it'll cure. I know, I've done all this homework about depression and stuff. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking it. It was like, fuck it, kind of like when I did meth. Fuck it. But I was never an addict. I did it I didn't even. Jesus, I did it so few times. But people assume if you did it once, you're. Jesus Christ, what are we here for? To experience things. Yeah. I've heard this and this and this about it, and I went, fuck it. I want to know firsthand. I ain't fucking gonna talk about shit that I ain't fucking done. All right, let me know. And then, like, whoa, this shit. This will help you drink like 6 fucking bottles of wine and still be like, hey, totally coherent somehow, but crazy to everybody for some reason. No, but that was a fuck it moment, and I think it was around a day later or so, day and a half later, where I think I had gone down to get my mail. And like I said, I was on the second floor, and I come back up the steps, and at the top of the steps, all of a sudden, I was just like, that fucking black cloud, that dark cloud, not to be racist or anything, but that dark cloud that's been seemingly fucking over my head for the last year. Oh, look, my arm's all scratched up from the tree, from all the fucking wood, the fire and shit. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's all right. I just noticed it from doing this. But that fucking cloud, it's like almost gone. And I was like, I was a changed person, meaning not changed like everybody like, oh, he's different. It was just me mentally, like depression, the depression that I was under, that dark cloud that I met, it was gone for about 3 months. And that was about 2.5 months. And I said to Tim, dude, you know what I told you about how feeling good and stuff, feeling a lot better, and things are getting better, but it's starting to creep back in. Let's trip again. He goes, you still work with that guy? I went, yeah, I know. I just wanted to get your money first. I'm not paying for it. Yeah, I'll see him tomorrow. And we went fucking boom. I had another 3 months, but after that one, it's basically I've been back to normal. After that, I've done a few other heroic doses, but it's all been basically the same since that second heroic dose. That's what got me back to being fucking normal a decade ago or so. And now I do it like once every fucking 2 years, year and a half. I only did it once by myself, where I did a heroic dose no. That's not true. Twice I've done a heroic dose by myself. Once was literally by myself, and the other one was by myself, where I hung out with friends of mine in Florida, and we were all supposed to trip, but and they decided, nah. I'm like, what the fuck? And what did we do though? I tripped while we all sat. The three of us sat there. They were a couple, and what did we watch? We watched fucking Stanhope. And I watched Stanhope's face turn into all these different people. I'm like, guys, I don't know what the fuck you said no to. I don't know what the fuck, because they never done heroic. They have since. Now they're into raves. They're, oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know.
Wow.
It's cool though. There will be a day when those fuckers trip with me, and we'll all go. And then at the same time, all three of us will go, you saw it too? You heard it too? And then, of course, and then that first heroic dose was where I discovered, that's where I first came across, realized the whole thing with the munchkins, the little people, the Oompa Loompas, fucking leprechauns, that whole thing. It's mainly the leprechaun thing. Where it's like that whole rainbow deal where, yeah, you're not, the rainbow is the trip, and the gold is the trip, and you're never gonna see that fucking leprechaun. Oh, and the Smurfs, that's where the whole Smurf thing, because that's what it more sounded like with Smurfs, but I more associate it with the leprechaun, because you never see the fucking leprechaun. Anyway, I'm standing there. I still remember Tim's kitchen. He's in the living room. He's sitting on his couch, trying to watch the TV, going, what's on? I remember him going, what is even on this TV? And I'm like, I don't know. I can't see it from the end, because it was off to the side, because I was like, kind of like stuck. I was like leaning by the stove and the refrigerator, between the stove and the refrigerator, just kind of like stuck and looking at the Alex Gray shit and just everything. Wow. And then all of a sudden I hear this fucking giggling on my shoulder. And there's little tiny giggles on my shoulder. What the fuck? And it's happened ever since, every time I do a heroic dose, where there's a point after the yawning, and there's this point where I hear this little giggle, and it's like when you, the best way to describe it is when you have a twitch in your eye, and it just keeps going. As soon as you go and look in the mirror, it stops. Same fucking thing where, yeah, and it didn't scare me. I was just like, what the fuck? And I'm like, what? And I noticed every time I kind of turned a little bit, it kind of got quieter. So I just like, what the fuck? And the more I looked over here, yeah, and finally I went, whoop, gone. I'm like, what? What the? And all of a sudden I hear the, dude. I'm telling Tim, man, I got fucking Smurfs on my fucking shoulders. But it wasn't scary. It wasn't like the way they do it in the movies. Where, no, it was, I was putting it all together because of research that I had done before, which is the other thing. When I tell people about tripping, when they ask me about doing the heroic dose, blah, 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 anybody, you can go ask everybody that I've ever talked about it to personally. They'll always say, oh, Wayne always said to go listen to Terrence McKenna, listen to this, listen to that, watch this, watch that, get ready for it. So you understand if shit like that happens, what the fuck? I don't, I've never done it going, just go do it. I've always like, this is going to happen, and it's like this, and you can associate it with this movie, and this movie, right here. Just to make it so it's smoother, because that come up is a bitch. That's why in The Wizard of Oz, it's like a goddamn tornado. Dorothy didn't know what the fuck, and all of a sudden there's little people, and there's a fucking golden, back to the leprechaun. It's all the golden egg. Fuck, I can just go on and on. Is this supposed to be about tripping? How much time we got left? Oh, cool.
So what was gold in Alice in Wonderland?
Oh, that was definitely the Queen's pussy. I don't know. Sorry, I just pulled that out of my toe.
I'm trying to remember.
I don't know. I don't really know that one as much because when I watched that one, like I told you before, I watched that one with Kate Beckinsale, and I kind of get lost and don't really pay attention because I'm looking at her. What? Oh shit! What happened? Why is this guy? Why is Anthony Newley got that fucking thing on his face? Anthony Newley was in it. He was a famous British actor. Anyway.
I'm trying to remember because I've seen Alice in Wonderland so many times.
Yeah, but there's so many versions. But the best one, of course, is that have you pulled up the Kate Beckinsale version, right?
I have before, yeah.
Right.
No, Disney is the best one for me.
Dude, what do you got hair in your mouth? Stop licking your dog's balls. Stop clean. He can clean himself, Mama. Sorry.
I know, he does it all the time.
Maximus was talking about.
I'm trying to think. Now you got me thinking.
The gold part of Alice. Well, you got the golden wizard. You get in Willy Wonka. What is it?
The golden egg. The goose that laid the golden egg.
Well, that's in there too. But before that, how do the kids get into the fucking chocolate factory?
Oh, the golden ticket. Yeah.
There you go, Leprechaun. That's the gold is the ticket to go and have the trip.
Mm-hmm.
And when you trip, and what's the whole thing about? Why does Charlie win the factory? Because he's good. Mm-hmm. Because he was honest. When you trip, one of the reasons why the people I trust the most are trippers. Because if you trip a whole bunch, in the right way anyway, not like these evil fucking cunts that do it, the elite, the way they trip. Because, of course, they stole this shit a long time ago. They all fucking know this. It's in the Vatican. It's right there. It's right in front of your face. It's about Christmas. But they do it in a different way, as we know. But no, real trippers, you can't lie anymore. I can't. I used to be I wasn't a liar, but now I can't. It makes me. It's like I can't fucking kill spiders. I gotta fucking scoop them up in a cup and fucking chuck them out the door. I can't do that shit anymore. That's what happens. That's why the people that I trust mostly are trippers. If you're not a tripper, you're not gonna. Grain that's fucking salt bullshit. That's what I'll be thinking the whole time. Is you're full of shit, because I've run into it so much. Trippers are truthful. You could see it in their eyes. Like Tim. At one point, Tim was quite the narcotic addict. When we tripped, all of a sudden, I saw the real Tim, because I listened to his bullshit. I'm like, I know what the fucking narcotic bullshit. Oh, I got that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, stop it. When we would trip, when he was good, because I knew the times, I started to understand his patterns. When he was all good, for a week and a half, and just normal, and boom, when we hit that peak, the look in his eye, that's the real Tim. And I've told his mom this 100 fucking times, and she's my California ma. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I saw the real Tim. I saw the 10-year-old Tim. Like, whoa. Like when he saw the snake, when I took him down and showed him my snake. Faggot. No, when I showed him this on the wash there, when I made him wash my dick. I don't know. Some people are just popping in, so I'm joking. It's something we were talking about earlier. But that whole thing, just literally, he was like a little kid. He was just like Riley. And I'm showing him this thing, and boom. But when I'm showing him that snake, when I'm showing him my snake, and he got to the head, and he went, "Whoa!" No, but he was like, "What the fuck, dude?" And then it was, I don't know, then we tripped again and we did some different stuff. But then there was a time where he met some dude that came over that had some shrooms, and he tripped with us, and I tried to recreate that thing for that dude, and it sucked, because this guy was the biggest annoying fucking douchebag. I'm like, man, you, every time shit would get good, with visuals and everything, like, oh, nice. All that fucking cunt would come in and go, excuse me, I'm here to ruin this. Like, can we fucking get rid of this asshole? Yeah, well, I told him he could stay at my place, and well, you know what? I'm finishing my trip at my place. I am fucking done with this douche. He's ruined remember how everything was great? Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, I'm done with this fuck. Luckily, we never saw that prick again. I mean, it was just like a bit. It would have been, that would be a great thing for Will Ferrell to do. Speaking of fucking SNL. Oh, shit, I said speaking of. It was only once, though. Hey, that's not bad. 117,
No.
But it would be like, just having the blast, and you got that, there's the sketches, everybody's having a blast. You got that one digger. Hey, man, fucking you fucking dildo.
Just use that for a promo, please.
Hey, man.
I think I found the gold in Alice, maybe.
Please.
A picture.
Oh, shit, sorry. I didn't realize it was down there. I didn't realize I had to look down under your skirt.
The doorknob?
Hey, man, the door, the Lord's.
The doorknob was gold. And she had to figure out how to get the door to open.
The door is gold. How about that?
All things.
How about that shit?
One of the things he said to her was nothing. Because she said something about it being impossible, and he said nothing is impossible, only impassable, because she couldn't pass through the door. Yeah. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
And her hair, I guess. But no, I think you got it. I don't know.
The key was gold too.
I can't remember yeah. And then she goes, is that, wait, so this is before she eats the mushroom?
This is after she falls through before she drinks. No, this is where she was drinking.
But they changed it for the movie. In the actual story, she eats a mushroom.
Right. She doesn't eat the mushroom until after she meets the caterpillar. That's when she eats the mushroom for the first time.
Is that in the movie? In this movie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I can't fucking remember. Okay.
This is before she gets to Wonderland.
I know there's some stories where they've changed it to where she it was just a drink, and the mushroom
This
wasn't
in this
involved.
yeah, in this scene here, she has two things.
She
It's a little
followed the rabbit
box.
down the hole. Oh, she's
She
got a
falls
box, all
down.
right.
She has there's a table. It's got the key on it. It's also got a box with cookies in it and a drink. The drink says drink me, the box of cookies says eat me. So when she eats the cookies, she grows all the like
Her
she gets
perception, her
humongous.
perception changes.
And so she can't get through the door. The door's, she's humongous, she can't get through the door. And then she I think she eats a smaller piece of the cookie or just does just licks it, and she gets small.
Right, her perception changes more. Yeah, it just keeps going back
Or
and
when
forth.
and then when she or it was the drink. I think it was the drink that made her small. But then eventually, yeah, she tried, but the key was still on top of the table and she's too tiny to get to the key. So she starts crying. Well, she gets big again. That's what it was. Wait, did she get big? I don't remember. She cried and cried.
This basically what you're describing now is the yawning for me. Oh my god, am I gonna get lockjaw?
Eventually, how she gets out is because she cries so much.
The tears, and it's like the tears of the yawning produces the tears of forgiveness that Bill Hicks references in a bit of his about tripping and tears of forgiveness. Woo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She does. She cried.
The healing in the whole Jesus thing.
Anyway, she cries and cries and cries. So she fills the room with water, and she gets so small. She lands in the drink me bottle and floats out because he has to open his mouth because the water is rushing through, and then she goes through there in the bottle.
It was a yawn.
Tiny.
That's a yawn. I have no idea, but yeah, but shit, there it is. I mean, there's some gold, and yeah, it's like a ticket right there to the door. Zing, zang, bang, dang, fucking. Oh, it's not ready because you have that. Should I play it again? Sure. Anyway, oh, you dropped it. Oh, you know what I should have sent you? I should have sent you the pic of. Do you? I think I have sent it to you before. Look through your stuff.
What?
The pic of the Pope, and on the side of the Pope is the mushroom is in a chalice. He obviously looks like a mushroom on one side. Fuck. I just put it on Illuma Body on Twitter because they asked about what's one of the subjects that you like to talk about that everybody goes, Jesus was a mushroom. I'm looking in the wrong fucking spot. Isn't this great? This is
the portion where we look through our phones.
For Christ's sakes. And you know what's funny? I didn't, the last two whips, I didn't have to go wee-wee. This one I'm gonna. Not the Lucy picture, the Wayne from Maine, Jesus was a mushroom. Sorry, I just saw that. God damn it! It should be. You definitely have to put it when I find it. Oh, there it is. You got to. It's got to be part of the thumbnail that you make for this whip.
Before you go.
What?
Let me go real quick. I'll be right back. I'm not gonna take that long. Okay?
Oh, you're going.
Okay.
Oh, so
okay.
Now yeah, go ahead.
I'll be right back.
What the fuck? Why can't I share this shit? I'm trying to share the goddamn picture that I want her to put up, and my phone's acting like a twat, where I go to hit the share thing, and it won't let me fucking send you. Oh my God, that's fucking hilarious. Who is that douchebag? What? Well, why would you spend so much time on your fucking hair? Why would you be that much of a douchebag? I've never spent more than fucking, I don't know, 17 minutes on my hair. No, I don't spend that. Why would you? Oh, God, so stupid. God, I want her to get back. I really have to go pee-pee. Hey, did I tell you about did you know that the whip is, at least me, not Susie. Maybe someday she'll be part of the Lords, but yeah. Also, if you like this douchebag, also in a band called The Lords, you can go follow The Lords on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The Lords Maine. We are a Doors tribute to the music of the Doors band, but also do a bunch of blues. We did Crossroads for the first time at rehearsal the other day. That was fun. It was nice to get acquainted with the tune, because I had heard the tune a bunch, but I'd never actually. It's different. It's so different when you sing to yourself or whatever, blah blah blah. Fucking song. But then when you get in front of a bunch of great musicians and a microphone, you're like, you start to clam up. You don't really know the song. You really got to go back and go. I've listened to it 7,500 times, but I've never actually gone down to the crossroads. Down, whatever. I don't even see. Told you. Oh, good. It's my turn.
Go pee. Thank you. Did you like my picture?
Huh?
Did you like my picture?
Why would you spend so much time on that helmet? That guy, you know what he's trying to be, obviously. What happened? You got an alien?
I heard knocking, yeah.
I heard it too. I'm starting to worry for you. Babysitter.
I don't know.
I'm scared.
Oh boy.
Are you gonna be okay by yourself?
I'm gonna tell Sarah to grab the gun. I'll be right back.
Grab the gun. Shoot. You know, that's what they thought. Judas Priest was saying, "Get the gun, shoot." The same guy in that thing that fucking douchebag congressman was trying to say that in the Black Sabbath song that Ozzy was saying. No shit. What was it? Fuck. I lost it.
That he was telling kids to kill themselves or something. That one.
No, it was Suicide Solution. It was I tell you to enjoy life, and the guy was saying that the lyric was I tell you to end your life, and Ozzy's like, no, it's I tell you to enjoy life. I wish I could, but it's too late. And then Ozzy goes, this is in the Don't Blame Me documentary, I think. And then Ozzy goes, well, shit, I can kind of understand it, because, when first time I heard Jimi Hendrix say, excuse me while I kiss the sky, I thought he was saying, excuse me while I kiss this guy. All right, time for me to pee. Oh. Do you need a screen up? Are you able to pull it? No? All right, I'll be back in a quick. We only got 30 minutes left.
I'm just gonna talk crap for however long it takes you to urinate. Micturate. That's the medical term. So I was thinking of some ideas of what we can do. One of them is we could do a reverse mukbang. So we could just sit here and just eat a ton of nothing for like the whole show. I don't know. It's probably not going to work. We could do palm readings. I don't know. Kind of freaking out. Heard knocking on my door and I don't know what it is. But I need an on-air sign. Honey, if you're listening. I need an on-air sign for my door. I can hear myself talking on Wayne's. Oh, man. Oh, well. All right. I hope everybody has plans for the weekend. Gonna be off Monday. Yay. Get some time off. My dog. In the meantime, Wayne is still peeing. I don't know. I don't know if I could do a show by myself. I probably could. If I prepared. I'm unprepared today. I think a whole week of not doing this. So yeah. Wait. He's probably sitting there listening to me. So sorry, my dog. Watching me squirm, sweat, trying to figure out what I'm doing.
I haven't even buckled my pants yet.
Oh Lord, please do.
Boom, 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 boom. Hey, oh, yeah. This is Mola.
Was that you knocking on my door?
Oh no, I would have opened the motherfucker.
And my dog just sits there. He's just like, whatever. Now, if I go to the kitchen and open the refrigerator, he's right there. Like ooh, you getting me something?
That's one of the other things that's good about not having a pet.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't got to worry about fucking around with your food. Or, feeding. Man, my grandfather was so bad with his last couple dogs. Those things were so fucking fat. And dude, their names were, they were a beagle named Max. The poor thing was fucked in the winter around Maine to take him out, take a piss. The fucking poor dog was so fat, his fucking dick would freeze because all it would do is drag in the snow. Fuck it, that dog ate just as well as my grandfather. I'm like, no, it's great, and it's fun to feed the dog and whatever, but this is not healthy, man. That fucker couldn't even squat to take a shit. He was so big.
And they'll just eat and eat. If you give them food, they're just gonna eat it, even if they explode. Oh man,
that's crazy, man. They can't.
Yeah.
And that was a good thing about my cats, Rex and Apollo, man. The food was just right. It was weird though. Rex was a full black, scary. Oh, we don't. I don't want to adopt a black cat. But these people that fucking don't. Black cats are so cool.
Mm-hmm.
But he was thin, right? And he's the one that he'd climb up on my fucking shoulder and just start. Right now, if he was here, he'd fucking come right on my shoulder. He'd start cleaning me.
Mm-hmm.
But Apollo was like a tabby, but they were, they ate exactly the same. But for some reason, Apollo they were like, what? They ate exactly the same. They had 2 meals a day, in the morning, and they woke me up for that morning meal, and it was a mix of dry and a can. They got half a can and a bunch of dry. They boom, and silver bowls. Remember, silver bowls with cats. Don't use plastic bowls for cats. They have rough tongues. That'll hurt them with the plastics. So fucking get that plastics in their belly, and they'll have plastic bowls. Always use silver or metal or whatever plates for
Yeah, Max's are metal.
Or what do you call it? Not metal, but
glass.
Ceramic.
Yeah.
Just don't do plastic for cats because that plastic, they'll take it off. They'll scratch it right off and swallow it. But they ate the same exact thing, but they were the different size. It was so hilarious, man. Because like
I
it's
think.
and as time went on, it seemed like Apollo got bigger and bigger, but Rex stayed the same. Like you eat this because during the day I gave him treats. They had those
Hmm.
2 meals, but during the day, every
Oh
couple
yeah.
hours, I fucking had them doing shit and gave them fucking. They had treats all the time. But they ate exactly the fucking same. But Apollo just got heavier and heavier, and Rex stayed exactly the same. It was fucking weird. Like, what the fuck, son?
I think Rex was working out.
Mm. Oh, he was. That motherfucker could jump. He was one of those jumpers, dude.
Yeah.
He was the one that I told you that got into the hemp yarn
Oh,
and then, was shitting. I'm like, what the fuck is this when I went to clean their shit? And I was like, oh, wait, I could hang this across the fucking Christmas tree. What is this? I thought it was blood at first. I'm like, oh, that's that red hemp. Remember? Oh, yeah, we did.
oh,
We
that's
pulled it up once on
hilarious.
a whip. We
Yeah.
pulled it up at hemp traders in Los Angeles.
Hmm.
Little shit got into the hemp yarn and fucking. I was like, why is he acting kind of different? Boy, but when he finally shit that last bit of yarn, man, he was like a lightning bolt through the apartment fucking for 5 minutes. When he was empty. Because
He
that's what
was
they do
he
when
was
they
all
shit.
happy.
They fucking bolt around, man. And of course, Apollo's laying middle of the floor going, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Hmm.
That's what you get for getting into shit. That's what you get for being the curious cat. I just lay here on the middle of the floor all the time, waiting for Wayne to come fucking run that comb across me all the time. You dumbass. I shit fine.
There's a really funny girl on Instagram. I think she's got a couple of cats, but she records herself doing like music, like she does performances for her cats, and the cats just sit there watching her. She'll be doing like in sync songs, and she's doing the dance, or
Gross.
she's hilarious.
I'm
She's
kidding.
so funny. And then when she's done, she runs. She starts running, and then the cat chases her, and then she's like running around the apartment with the cat behind her. But she runs with both her arms to her sides, and then she's just running like that with both her. She's so funny. I don't know her name, but she's hilarious.
The last one I saw on Instagram today, scrolling through, was it was one where they were on a kind of like a loft, and the phone comes over the loft and points down, and the cat his hind legs are on the chair, but his paws are on the piano, and it's just this fucking. It sounded like this haunted fucking thing, and it's just looking up like this, and they're like filming, going, "Oh my god, I thought something was going on in the house," and the cat was like just sitting on the keys like fucking Flash Allen, Larry Flash Allen, going.
Someone did that with their cat. He was sitting on one side of the keyboard, and it sounded like the beginning of Jump. So it's the cat sitting there, and then he starts with the It's so funny.
Oh, right across, right on the other side of that wall. 1984, Van Halen. I was in this house as a kid, and my mom took me to Strawberries, and I bought that fucking thing. I think I told you this before. And I went in there, and I was sat on the edge of my bed. I started blaring it out of my little, what do you call it? What was it?
Boombox?
Boombox.
Yeah.
And I had a red bandana, and I put it around my head like I was Alex Van Halen. I was fucking one of my first air drum bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
What was that, 1984? So I was, 13? You would have been 15.
Yeah, 14, 15.
Thought it was Alex. And now I partied like Alex. Man, I was hoping to run into him one day, those many years in Los Angeles, but there was just that one time with Meth and Eddie. Joking. Sort of. Maybe not. Oh, speaking of ELS, oh shit, I didn't mean to say the name. Oh, they're gone. Actually, it's a different company now, but the company that I work for doing the red carpet stuff and the lights and stuff, we set up that Van Halen, we set up that whole thing, that Van Halen thing, and was it 2015?
Mm-hmm.
with David, right right there on the boulevard, right there outside of Kimmel,
Mm-hmm.
right there. We set that shit. I was part of the crew that set that shit up. I left before Van Halen started because I'd been working all day and I had to come. I was working all day because I'm tired, but I'm tired. Was it? One bourbon, one scotch, one beer. And I said, but I'm working all day. Anyway, and then I had to come back afterwards. But I was part of the one that set that shit up. The one where Roth was flipping the fucking mic stand around and fucking hit himself in the face.
Mm-hmm.
And had to put a Band-Aid on him.
I never got to see them with David Lee Roth. I did see Van Hagar, but not Van Halen with David Lee Roth.
Me either. I only saw Van Hagar. Alice in Chains opening, 91, I believe. 92? 91, 92?
It was around that time, yeah, when I saw them too.
Lane had a broken leg. He was like Axl Rose on the beginning of the Not in This Lifetime tour. He was sitting in a fucking chair.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
It was a good show.
Lane Staley.
Was Sammy wearing a David Lee Roth t-shirt?
I was
during that tour?
I was literally in the nosebleed seats because I let some friends of mine, the same fucking friends that I told you about that I went to Guns N' Roses with, and they all went off, and I was already a Soundgarden fan. Like, Soundgarden sucks. You stupid. You bought their first 2 albums. These fucking idiots. And then 2 years later, run up to me. Oh, Black Hole Sun's the greatest song ever, man. Like, eat a dick. These same fuckers, I let them take care of buying the tickets for that Van Halen show. We were literally in the nosebleed. Looking straight at the stage. We were literally the last fucking row facing the fucking stage. Oh, I was leaning against cement. I didn't even sit down. I just fucking stood up again, leaning against the cement because it was nice and cool because it was Florida. Like, you fucking dunce fucks.
Was it at the arena, the Miami Arena?
Yes.
That's where I saw them.
And one of the stories about that was on the drive down. I was in the back seat, five of us in the car. I'm in the back seat in the middle. And, of course, I'm drinking. And my brain, I knew to get we had stopped at 7-Eleven for stuff for the drive home. And when I went in there and got that 6-pack for that, I also grabbed an empty fucking Big Gulp cup to piss in case. Because I knew we were a ways away and it was going to be a while and it was going to be fucking traffic. I'd done this shit before. This ain't my first run-dio. So run-dio. There's a song. So, anyway, so it gets to a point where we were only a few miles away. And it got to a point where I got to pee. Luckily, I'm in the middle, and I'm in the back seat. And I just turn around, and I'm looking out the back window of the car. And we're moving along pretty decent. And I'm filling up this fucking cup. And I've got about half full, and all of a sudden, like, oh, shit, oh, shit, oh, shit, oh, shit. Luckily, I didn't spill it.
Oh, good. And
luckily, I grabbed one of those fucking lids too, and I filled it. And then when we got there, as soon as we got there, I went, dump. I'm gonna need this for later. And I stuffed it under the seat. And on the ride home, looking at everybody coming home. Yeah, we're going back to Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, and but it was more of a free ride because we were going home. We weren't going into traffic. Wow. We were going away. That's the thing you do. You prepare. Kind of like, there's another thing to prepare with heroic doses. On accident, I had gone Ralph's back in the day, back when I was in Los Angeles. I didn't go to Ralph's very often for a grocery store. It's like a Publix or Kroger or whatever. I always went to Trader Joe's, which was only literally fucking 100 yards away from my apartment. I'd walk there. I didn't have to worry about those shitty fucking parking lots. Every fucking Trader Joe's has a shitty parking lot. It doesn't matter where you are. So ridiculous. It's like it's on purpose. Anyway, but I would go to Ralph's every once in a while just to get their fried chicken. Their fried chicken was decent because Vaughn's was closer, but their deli sucked. Anyway, I didn't mean to. I just had this, and I always get thighs, as you know. And I had gotten I think it was a bag of 6 thighs. I came home, ate 2 of them, and I threw the rest in the fridge, the 4 in the fridge, and I'll eat those later, next couple of days. And I went and I did that and realized, and that was early in the day, because I know don't eat beforehand. Don't eat, if you're going to trip, don't eat for 6 to 8 hours beforehand, because they'll hit harder. They'll be more, and they'll also, your stomach won't be as upset, because some people get upset stomach with those. So if your belly is as empty as possible, it's better. So I had done that, and I'd set those aside, and then because I knew we were going to be tripping, boom. Later on, when we were coming down, I was like, dude, we were starting to get hungry, because like I said, we washed it down with the wine, and then a bunch of hours later, and finished the wine, and as we were coming down, I go, yeah, I'm fucking hungry. Yeah, you get hungry, because you've also not eaten for a bunch of hours beforehand, so of course you're hungry. And I went, dude, I got fucking thighs, man. Yeah, I got thighs. Yeah, come over to my place. So we go down to my place. Dude, from then on, I've never had only one time, Phil, my one trip with Phil, I've never had a heroic dose where I didn't set up myself ready with fucking fried chicken in the morning. That's the thing. I'm serious. You do it, and you, through experience, it's not my first fucking rodeo. And you go, oh yeah, get ready, get that ready, get ready. Just like when you're going to trip, one of the first fucking things, if you're going to trip, what is the first thing? You got to know this. You have to know this.
Enema. No.
Like I said, the second thing.
What is it? I don't know.
Hoodie. You got to have your hoodie. You got to if you're tripping, you got to be wearing a hoodie. Because there's going to be points where you're going to be just like Elliot, and you're just going to fucking want to do this shit. You're going to want, Cornholio, I need pee-pee for my bunghole.
Are you threatening me?
Anyway, you got to have your fucking hoodie, dude. Because there will be points where you pull that fucking hoodie up, and you're like, oh man, oh God, you're just so comfy. It's like this beautiful blanket. Don't ever trip without a hoodie. That's why hoodies are. That's why, because psychedelics have gotten more popular in the last bunch of years. And Rogan does have, even though he's mostly a douchebag and shares our birthday, but he is responsible for a lot of that. Anyway, you got to have your hoodie. I don't know what that meant. There was a point, and I forgot it.
The first thing you have to do. That's what you were talking about. What's the first thing you need to do to prepare?
You have
a hoodie.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if there was something following that.
Oh, well, then don't eat. If you know you're going to be you're going to start chewing them or drinking the tea at 7:30 p.m., don't fucking have anything to eat after noon. If not, but for me, it's gotten to the point where if I know I'm going to be tripping on Saturday, my head will just tell me I won't fucking eat anything on Friday. If I know it that far in advance, my head knows, like, no, I want to be as empty as possible. The other part of that is, that's where you learn the other part of holy water. The whole thing with the boys and the men pissing, those fountains with the pissing. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
That's all about holy water, where because they learned that through with the Amanita muscaria, the red and white mushroom from Alice in Wonderland, and other things. It's not like cubensis. It's got this funky thing, so it's better if it's already been filtered.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the whole thing with the reindeer, where those people, where we get the red and white shit from, those indigenous people in Siberia who used caribou / reindeer for their animal. when that's their favorite snack. That's why, that's how reindeers can fucking fly. That's their favorite snack. Anyway, they know that eat them, then they would wait for them to piss because they knew after a while, just through time and experience, it needs to be filtered somehow. If it's not filtered through the reindeer, get their piss and boom, it's better. You can eat it. Like if we only had 5 grams, it would be better instead of splitting the 5 grams. We wouldn't have that much of an experience. It would be better, especially if both of us had fasted for a couple of days. It would be better if one of us ate the 5 grams and then the other one drank a swill of piss from their, if they caught it after their, seriously. I learned that shit from doing more homework. And I went, Tim, dude. He was the first one to do it because I kept forgetting. Because I go to the restroom and go to piss and I just forget. And I'd set a cup aside. The first time that we did a heroic dose, I learned that shit. And I set it aside. I forgot. He went and did it. He went, it works. So basically what happens is the psilocybin comes out of you mainly out of the first couple of urinations that you do after you consume them. So if you have drunk nothing but water for the last couple of days and haven't eaten anything, you're going to be pretty clean. So that's one of the things it's in the Bible. It's all in there. They teach you how to. That's how I've learned this basically. So if you catch, after you've consumed the mushroom, you catch the first couple of times you pee, there's going to be a whole bunch of psilocybin in there. And it's not a lot. You don't need to do a lot. It's not like you have to guzzle a fucking big jug. It's literally just a shot. You set that aside. After you pee a couple of times, boom, it's right there. You set that aside. And then a couple hours later, when you're coming down, and you know that you're coming out of your pee, you're like, oh, that was great. But you know what? I want a little booster. Going, you're back up for another fucking 45 minutes. Depending on and that's what that represents. It's that's the holy water. Not just that, but you let the psychedelic mushroom grow into a chalice and it collects water, and then a little while later you go, ugh. That's the holy water. Mushrooms don't need seed. Virgin birth. Mushrooms grow from the dead. Rise from the dead. Jesus was born in a manger? Yeah, in a pile of cow shit. And what happens when you trip? You see the 3 kings. You see nothing but trinities everywhere. Why? Because your 2 eyes get connected with that 3rd eye, the pineal gland, and you see trinities everywhere. And that's why there's a pine cone statue in the Vatican, and there's 2 mushroom fountains, and there's kind of like a little triangle. And that's why in the Matrix, everybody's Neo, aka 1, and there's a Trinity. Because in order for you to understand that you are Neo, you have to have a Morpheus come along to say, hey, home slice. And it's usually pretty cool when you have a nice piece of pussy going, hey, home slice, right next to it. And you go, all right, yeah, I could fall in love with that. And, I would just prefer Kate Beckinsale over Carrie Ann Moss. I'm just saying. See, and you already have the image from Kate Beckinsale from the movies that she did with her husband, not Relentless. What the hell is it? Where she's the vampire shit. What the hell is it? They did like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 of them. What the fuck was it? I use it as a GIF a lot. As an answer when somebody says, "Oh, what would you eat here?" And then I put up a fucking GIF of Kate Beckinsale. Whee!
What movies did she do that was...
That vampire shit. What the hell were those vampire movies? It was like 4 or 5 of them. I can't
Twilight?
No. Do not insult my Kate with that shit.
Oh God.
Oh, by the way, I didn't even know what Twilight was. I came back here when I used to live in Los Angeles, and I came back here to visit for a week, and I hung out with my stepbrother and his wife and kids, and his oldest. She's like, "Oh, you should play blah blah blah. This Twilight blah." This is like 2008, 9, 7, something like that. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Oh, because they're gonna do this movie. Blah, blah. I don't even know what you're talking. Next thing you know, there's this Twilight. Oh my God, is that what she was talking about? It was the what's his name? Batman's fucking role. Ed or Edward or whatever the fuck. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
what
I
you're
never saw
talking
those.
about.
I never
didn't
saw
either.
the Twilight. Underworld is what you're talking about.
Yes, Underworld
Okay.
is the shit with Kate Beckinsale for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, the shit that
okay.
she did with her former husband.
Yeah,
Where
I
she is
never.
hot as fuck, but she's mainly always hot as fuck.
I never
That's why
saw those Twilight things.
No, me either. But the only reason I know about it is that when it popped out a couple of years later, I'm like, oh, is that what Casey was talking about? Oh shit.
I mean, it was all over the place, but
Oh, it was disgusting, and it's so bad. Oh, so awful. But that's why what's his name took a whole bunch of shit before the Batman thing. But he's good. I like him. I can't say his name. What was the actor's name?
her husband?
No. The Twilight.
Oh.
And he just played Batman. He's the new Batman.
Yeah, hold on. I forgot.
That cat's cool. He's cool. I like his choices that he's made.
Robert Pattinson?
Robert Pattinson, yeah. I
Yeah.
like the choices that he's done since then. The shit that he's done. It's kind of the thing that I would have done if I was at that level, which I never was, and I never really wanted to be. But you can see the fighting kind. You can see Looking for Liana, The Professor's Daughter. Whole bunch of good movies where I'm the lead. And I only take 20 minutes of your time. Oh, and there's The Last Hand with Larry Hankin. Anyway, I know there's a whole bunch of new people, so I'm got to throw out my resume like my friends would.
IMDb.
Now I got to remember to throw the links in the fucking thing. Links. Oh, speaking of links, I got to take a shit.
Not right now.
I'm kidding. I took it beforehand. And it was weird too. I so prefer to drop mud before taking a shower.
Okay, good. I thought you were going to describe it. We don't need to hear about it.
Oh, it did have a face. Mr. T.
Oh my gosh.
I'm kidding. It was TC from Magnum PI. Roger
Oh my
E.
God,
Mosley.
they're sick.
Roger E. Mosley. One of my dad's best friends was named Benny, and he looked like Roger E. Mosley. He looked like his twin. And I remember being a little kid looking at him, go, "Oh my God!" This was back when Magnum PI was fucking big. My dad's best friend Benny in the early '80s. He literally looked like Roger E. Mosley, TC from Magnum PI, the guy that flew the helicopter. He looked like his fucking twin. I was like, my dad's like best friends with TC. But he wasn't. And Benny was great. That's where at the end of every whip where you hear that messing with my peebles, that's an impression of my dad doing an impression of him doing messing with my peebles. Benny. That's actually a Benny thing. Messing with my peebles. Because there was apparently back in the 70s, my dad told me that because he hung out with Benny, there'd be a lot of people that would come and give him shit because he hung out with Benny and thinking he was trying to be black. And Benny would go, "Get the fuck out of here, boy. Messing with my peebles." Defending my dad. Anyway, that's where that comes from, which you're going to hear in 45 seconds. Messing with my peebles.
I remember him.
You remember Roger E. Mosley?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was funny. DC. And I don't know nothing about that fucking shitty fucking show that they fucking do now. Fuck them. That show sucks. Whatever that new one is they did. Anyway, whatever. Hey, we're out of here. What do I got to do?
Yep.
Oh, love you, brother.
Love you, sister.
Watch James Corbett, Corbett Report, Jimmy Dore Show, Kim Iverson, Glenn Greenwald, Gray Zone. Look for yourself. We're just fun babbling lecturers. We're all Neo, a.k.a. One. Remember, oh, sorry, ran along, had to bump comedian Felipe Esparza again. Thanks, Gary. Sorry, Daddy loves you. Oh, God, I fucked that shit up. And I love it. I told you it's right fucking there at the end.